This is us leaving the Royal Borough of Dingwall. That's the main high street straight ahead of us. Our chip shop there on the left hand side, and we're just leaving. There's a monument up there. I can't remember exactly what the monument's for, but I believe it's marks something to do with the clans back in long before my time. On the left hand side, that's the lorry park where that car was about to come out of. We had a cloudy day, but it was quite warm, about 17 to 18 degrees. Quite a nice little borough, Dingwall. Nice old houses and that in it. Quite a scenic place. A lot of people go there on holiday. It's very nice. Two of my family members live there, so I'm Dingwall quite a lot. This is leaving Dingwall on the A835, and the A835 continues all the way to about Tor. I believe it does go on further from that. We have just leaving Dingwall here. Up on the right we have Pitgassy Farm, and down on the left is quite a new build there. That's a new house to me. I'm not actually sure what that one's called. You can see the clouds looking grey and thundery, but there wasn't actually any rain. It was a really nice day. Really clammy. Now doing the national speed limit now, which is 60 mile an hour. Heading along, this is a mile approximately from Dingwall, this road here. We have farm down on the left hand side. We're just heading back in this road here. And this is a roundabout at Maryborough. Just turning to go up to the Lunach. We're heading towards Lunach now. So I'm just heading up the Lunach. We're away to cross the River Conan. The River Conan is quite good for salmon, trout. You get other fish further towards the Thirth, down towards the Cromarty Thirth, which is just down there on the left hand side of us. Now climbing up the Lunach hill. They have 30 mile an hour signs out here, but they've actually finished the work. They're not working here anymore, so it's back to national speed limit, 60 mile an hour. They'll take the work signs and all that away when they're back up to work, I would have thought. But there's no one at work just now, so we're just climbing up Lunach, doing about 60 mile an hour. Still a few cars on the road, not too busy, but still a few cars on the road. As I say, it's just a gentle drive. No breaking the sound barriers here, Dirt Rider. So you can see the clouds and that. This is what I was kind of aiming for yesterday, but we're aiming for a wee bit so I can point out some of the areas to some of you guys that have never been here before, you know. None of the grass has been cut apart from the entrances by the farmers themselves have cut it. Obviously they want to make access to their fields and stuff like that, so approaching a junction up here on the left and one on the right. The one on the left takes you over to Cromarty, Kilbokey, and it'll take you right round to Rosemarkie if you follow the road right round, but it's coastal. The one on the right takes you to Muirabord. This whole area is known locally as the Black Isle. It's quite a nice area. It's all farming country. Although you won't see many animals on it just now, it's usually turned and ploughed. Although a lot of things have slowed down this year. I don't know, is that because of what's been going on or what? It's not too bad a road, this. It's not the greatest road tar wise, but it's not the worst road either. The 835 is my main road in to Inverness. I'm actually heading now, probably heading east, although it doesn't really look east, southeast I would say. Old farm there, more farm ground. While silage is all wrapped and ready. Silage is cuttings of grass which is left to ferment inside bags, and they feed it to cows and sheep in the winter. They used to cut a lot of hay, they don't do that anymore. Seems to be more silage. I don't know whether it's more cost effective. Maybe some of the guys can answer that in the comments. I know that I have a few subscribers that are farmers, so they might be able to answer that one. And bus stop there for people because it's the main bus route as well. So we're just travelling along at 60 mile an hour. You can see how green it looks, and in the distance there you can see Inverness. That's the hills at the back of Inverness. So it's all looking good. As I say, there's still a few cars on the road, not too busy, but a lot of locals that are going back and forth to work and such like. And, you know, we're all obeying the laws though, keeping 6 foot away from each other, and, you know, coping with it as best we can. Farm here on the left, he's been at the silage as well. There's his cat. They try and do all this with it's nice weather, you see. It's and unfortunately up here in Scotland it's a bit unpredictable weather, so you can see his silage is baled and wrapped and ready. We're now approaching Tor Roundabout. Now from Tor Roundabout you can go left here and up to the north, and that'll take you to Wick, John O'Groats, and a lot of little villages on the way up there. That's part of the NC 500. Very good road trip if you ever visit Scotland. I suggest you do it because the amazing things you'll see on the east coast and on the west coast. It virtually takes you around the whole north of Scotland. I'm going to turn right here and I'm going to head back onto the A9, and the A9 will take me towards Inverness. So round the roundabout, that one will take you into Manlochy as well. That takes you back towards the coast. This is the A9, taking me south back towards Inverness. The speed limit now has increased to 70 mile an hour on this bit of road. So that's Mercedes Sprinter. I believe it was limited to 65. I think it said in the back door there, can't remember now. This is again the Black Isle and Blairgoo. I believe that is correct for here, and Blairgoo. Now we're heading down here. There's a little brewery in on the left hand side. We're not quite approached it yet, but it's just down here at the bottom of this hill. You may be able to see the roofs of it there. They do some nice beers. Ian Matthews would probably like that one. Nice beers from there. A wee bit expensive, but they all taste nice. So when I said to Ian Matthews about having a distillery on my doorstep or a brewery on my doorstep, I wasn't lying. There's a lot of them around me. There's the entrance there for the Black Isle Brewery. That's me just approaching Inverness now. So just come over the top of this hill and then you should see down into Inverness. Car overtaking me. He must have been doing slightly more than 70. And Milwaukee again, you can turn off here just as about maybe 200 yards less now, turning into Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a small village, nice little village. As I say, it's farming countryside. All these fields are normally ploughed. They've either got barley in them, or at the beginning of the year they'll have oilseed rape in them. So we're now coming down into. There's no actual name for this part of the road. It's just A9. A9 South. If there is a name for it, I don't know it. I just know it as A9 South. Approaching a junction for North Keswick, which is down on the left hand side. You can go down to North Keswick, which is quite a nice wee village. It is vastly improved over the years because there's a lot more houses there than used to be there. Some private, some owned by the council, who then get leased back to the people that work in Inverness, or people that move up here to work. I mean, farming wise, there's a fair bit of work up here. You can see it's all farming area. We're going to be slowing down shortly, coming up to a 50-mile-an-hour zone. They've reduced the speed here because the crash barriers will only take a 50-mile-an-hour impact. I say a lot, so don't worry about that. Right, yep, carry on. On the side here, you guys didn't. Up there's lay-by public toilets and facilities and all that. There's one on the right hand side of the road, and there's a baker's there, so you can get yourself some pies. You can even get a bacon roll. So it's quite handy if you're on your way up and you're heading further north. So we're just approaching now into the Keswick Bridge, which I believe was built around 1980, 1981. I think it's completed then. Before that, you used to have to get a ferry from one side of Inverness across onto the North Keswick side, and I'm not sure how many cars you could get on that ferry now. I think it was 3, I'm not sure. In the distance you can see which will be Mountain of Lays, Culloden. It's climbing out the valley again, because as you can see, I'm now climbing back down into Inverness, and on the left hand side you have the Murray Firth, which is quite good. You see dolphins, get lots of flatties, sometimes even sea trout out underneath the bridge here. It's quite a nice run. Glad you can see there's a football stadium. That's Inverness Caledonian Thistle. Bit of debris there. So, well, I'd like to thank you all for joining me on my journey from Dingwall to Inverness, and I hope you liked it. I think I'll probably end it there. If you liked it, give it a like. If you didn't like it, don't watch it. So I'd like to thank you all again. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.